Good evening. A Fort Wayne man is behind bars tonight, accused of shooting at a police officer. News Channel 15 broke this story on Wayne.com earlier today. Tonight, we're learning more about what happened when an officer was shot at early Friday night. News Channel 15's Erin Rogers went back to the scene today, and she joins us now with more details in our top story at 11. Erin?
Alyssa, police say this all started with a response to a domestic dispute and ended with an officer wrestling a gun away from a man while being shot at.
This was most certainly a deadly force encounter.
Scary moments for a Fort Wayne police officer Friday night when what started as a call to a domestic dispute ended with a suspect shooting at him.
The officer used what resources he had and did what he needed to do to protect himself and protect the community.
It all started Friday night a little after 9:30. An officer responded to a domestic dispute around the 3100 block of Harrison Street. Then, in the 2800 block, he stopped a man matching the description of the suspect who ran from the domestic dispute. It turns out he wasn't the same man. When the officer asked that man for his ID, he gave it to him. But shortly after,
the suspect is shooting a firearm, firing rounds at the officer.
The officer was holding the arm of the man identified as Daniel Spells. He was able to wrestle him down and take the gun away, doing all of this even before backup could arrive.
The officer ultimately had the suspect in custody as other officers arrived on scene.
As far as the reasons why he started shooting,
There's no indication at this point.
When I talked to neighbors, they say they heard the gunshots and ran to see what was going on in their seemingly quiet neighborhood.
When I first moved out here, I moved out here 2 years ago. This was like a real good neighborhood.
But after incidents like Friday, he's gotten more concerned.
It worried me because I don't want my son growing up in this environment.
Nobody was seriously hurt. The officer did get a cut on his hand, and a vehicle passing by did get hit by a stray bullet. Spells, age 33, was arrested and could be charged with murder, criminal recklessness, possession of a handgun without a license, and resisting law enforcement. Now, the officer's name hasn't been released yet, but Spells is being held in the Allen County Jail with no bond. He's facing a preliminary murder charge because police say the state of Indiana doesn't have an attempted murder charge. Spells also has had quite a few run-ins with the law before, including drug charges, carrying a handgun without a license, battery, and resisting law enforcement. Alyssa, back to you.